Hello everyone, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the channel. This is your host, Putinbot. And today I am going to be keeping a promise that I made a couple of days ago with my last upload, promising a full guide on the first and only Void Legendary I have ever pulled from a Void Shard in over a year of playing Raid Shadow Legends. And yes, I am talking about Blind Seer. I am like a lot of folks in that whenever I pull a champion, one of the first things I like to do is hop on YouTube and take a look and see how other people have built this champion, how they run it, what they do with it. And with Blind Seer, there's not very much out there at all. There's a couple of older videos that Stu Gaming did over a year ago before Blind Seer got her buff. There's one with Scratch AK-47 trying to use her on a Go second team in the arena, but there are no real full guides. I intend on fixing that today. As y'all can see, I've got her fully ascended, I've got her level 60, her gear is not rolled up. That's because I am going to roll up her gear on CVC when it starts this weekend, but I did go ahead and roll up her middle row of accessories just because I want to be able to get the max value out of her most important stats. And let me just kind of hop in, show y'all how I've got her built, and show y'all what it is that she does for me with my account. First, let me go over her total stats. I've got her just under 71,000 health. Defense is just under 2,800. She's rocking 2,782. Speed is 249. I want to get that up as close as 260 as I can. Just don't have the gear for it right now with the emphasis on the stats I'm looking for. Her crit rate is non-existent. Her crit damage is non-existent. Her accuracy is also very low. And I will go into that here in a little bit and explain to you why whenever I kind of go over her gear. I've got hit points on the banner. I am looking for speed wherever I can get it. I'm looking for health wherever I can get it, and I'm looking for defense wherever I can get it. Her amulet and her ring are both defense, and again I'm looking for hit points wherever I can get them because her shield is predicated off of her health. Boots. Speed boots on your Blind Seer are going to be mandatory. I've got mine in a hit point chest, again with the defense sub rolls and speed, hit point gauntlets, and you can see the trend here. I'm looking for speed, I'm looking for health, I'm looking for defense, and also looking at the gear. You can see that I've got her in 2 pieces of Immortal. That's because with Blind Seer, I'll go over this more with her kit. She does not have a healing mechanic. And so I want her to have a way of regenerating health passively if I'm running her on a team that does not have a healer, and you're going to see me run on those teams today whenever I demonstrate her. I've got her, again, speed and hit points. I've got her in broken sets with the exception of that Immortal. I love this shield I've got on her. That speed roll is fantastic. And I've got hit points and speed on the weapon. Let me go over her skills real quick. She has a fantastic aura, defense in all battles by 34%. If I'm running her in content where I do not care about her A1 landing a turn meter reduction, I run her in the lead because more defense is going to help the team stay alive. She has an AoE heal with a block damage debuff on a 4-turn cooldown. Her Dark Shroud buff is absolutely amazing. It's on a 3-turn cooldown, and the buffs last for 2 turns. This shield is predicated off of her max hit points, which is what you love to have, and a 2-turn block debuff is incredibly rare. One of the reasons why I'm pushing speed so much with my Blind Seer, I want her lapping the other champions on the team. That way I can keep that block debuffs up as much as I possibly can. Her A1, it's kind of like the Lures, but it's weaker. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 30% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 15%, and that is buffable up to 40%. Fire Knight is really the only place that I use that, and whenever I do, because your accuracy is so low, I run a champion with an accuracy aura. I will be showing you that here in just a little bit. As I said, there's a few videos on YouTube about this champion, but really nothing that is an exhaustive or comprehensive guide. I'm going to show you how to use your Blind Seer today. I'm going to take you through all 4 dungeons. I'm going to take you into the arena. I'm going to show you how to get the most value out of your Blind Seer. And if you haven't cleared your faction wars, if you have Blind Seer, take her into the Dark Elf faction wars scripts. She'll hard carry you. It's no problem at all. You can also run her in Clan Boss. I'm not going to be using her there. Actually, let me go and show you all her masteries real quick before I hop into a dungeon. My Blind Seer is not built for damage at all. I've got her built for defense, and I've got her built for sustain, especially pertaining to her shield. I've got the extra defense on tough skin. I went with rejuvenation, just because, again, shields. Anything I can do to get more value out of the shields, I'm going to. Shadow heal. Whenever an enemy is healed, she'll get healed as well. Delayed death. Just looking for damage reduction. And I did end in Cycle of Revenge, because I do run her in Tag Team Arena. What this does, if one of my teammates is crit, it gives her a chance to increase her turn meter, which is fantastic. With support, I'm going shields. I'm going shields. I'm going more shields in case a team member is debuffed, if they're stunned or feared. Those get a bigger shield while they get recovered. Lasting Gifts gives me a chance to extend the block debuffs buff, and also to extend her shields that she puts out on the team. I've gone to Spirit Haste. If people are dropping, I want her going quick, so that way she's able to pick them up. And Timely Intervention increases this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally drops below 25% health. Now, before I jump into the dungeons again, let me just mention this real quick about the way her kit works. When she revives a champion, she puts that block damage buff on the entire team except for herself. And so what that means is she will be tanking for that time. So that's one of the reasons why you want to make your Blind Seer fast and also tanky. You want her to be able to take a hit. That way she doesn't just fall over whenever she is tanking out. Just wonderful ads. You gotta love them. And without further ado, let's hop into some dungeons. I'm going to keep this relatively short, at least as short as I can, while giving you a quality guide on your Blind Seer. So I'm going to be doing mostly the level 20 dungeons. I will do Fire Knight 25. So let's first start off in Dragon's Lair. Start with a very accessible team. We're going to jump into Dragons 20. Take a look at this team. Blind Seer's in the lead for the defense. Got War Maiden for defense down. Elaine bringing the nukes. Kale for poison. And Apothecary for speed, just to speed everybody up. I will be quiet. Enjoy the run. And I want you to see something. This run will never be in jeopardy. And we're back. Y'all saw that run was never in any jeopardy at all. And we're using 4 rares, 2 of which are starting champions, and War Maiden can be farmed from the campaign. This run was never in any jeopardy at all. Let's take a look and see what this is. Don't need it. Now let's move on to another dungeon. And basically, what you just now saw is what Blind Seer is going to be able to bring you anywhere that you are in the game. Whether you're doing dungeon content, whether you're in the arena, whether you are doing dungeons, it doesn't matter. She's going to keep your team alive, and she's going to keep those debuffs blocked. Let's hop over here in the spiders real quick, and we'll come out here to spider 20. And again, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. Whenever you spend time in spider, you know the poisons that the spiderlings pile up on you, those are what does the lion's share of the damage. It's not so much the hits from the spiderlings themselves. Blind Seer is going to help you with that. And let's hop on in and see what the spider gives us. And we're back. Let's take a look and see what this banner is. Garbage. We're going to sell that. And as you can see, if you're not convinced yet, I'll take you to a couple more places. But as you can see, that block debuffs buff that Blind Seer has is amazing. The fact that she's able to prevent damage from occurring before it has to be healed is top notch. She has great shields. She has that block debuffs buff. It is grade A, top choice. Let's go into Fire Knights next, and then we will do Ice Golem. So one thing I want you to see about this team, because her accuracy is low, I am running Contra in the lead. That way we have that accuracy aura. Also, Contra will be our negative affinity tank. These are spirit mobs. She's force. They'll be more likely to attack her if they're not CC'd. Another thing I want you to notice about this team, we don't have a healer. We don't have Skyle. We don't have Apothecary. We have no one with a healing mechanic. So this team will either live or die based off of Blind Seer. Take a look. I think you're going to like what you see. And there we are. Fire Knight 25 cleared without any healing mechanic at all, with Blind Seer helping with turn meter control, with that 3-hitter on her A1 helping get through the shield, keeping the shields up on the team or got through the waves. You saw there a few times that some of the enemies got turns. They went, they attacked, no one took any damage at all. It was a very successful run, and wasn't a bad time either for the team that we're running with here. And flat stat chest, goodbye. Now what we will do, we will hop over into Ice Golem. And I do appreciate y'all taking the time and watching these guides. I know I'm taking a bit of your time. I just want to be as thorough as I possibly could with this champion, just because there's really nothing on YouTube out there about her. Blind Seer is so underrated and ignored by the content community as a whole. I just want to put something out there so that way if you do have her or if you do pull her, that you'd be excited to incorporate her into your teams, because she will keep you up, she will keep you alive. Let me kind of show you how this team is, how this team works. With this one, again, I don't care in this case about the accuracy that Blind Seer has. And so I'm going to go in the leave that defense aura. As both Padma and Tayrael are defense-based champions. Padma is primarily in there for her AoE attack down. Tayrael's in there for his defense down. Doom Priest here is actually going to be our healer. She's going to give us passive healing throughout the encounter, and Dark Lane is going to be DPS. So I will sit back and push this wonderful button. I hope that y'all enjoy what you see. And there we go. Ice Golem 20 is complete. Y'all saw there were a couple of instances there where things got a little bit dicey. On the second wave, Dark Lane was killed because of the reflect damage. In the actual boss fight, we took a pretty nasty retribution hit. But because of the shield that Blind Seer puts up is so big, it was able to absorb the lion's share of that damage. And because she's in that set of Immortal, and because of the passive heals from Doom Priest, she was able to heal back up. There was no danger at all. She was even frozen at one point, allowing Dark Elaine to proc her Death's Majesty. It was a good run. Very happy with it. Let's take a look and see what this is. Crit rate, crit damage. We'll see. 5-star. Goodbye. Now let's hop over into Tag Team Arena, where I'm going to show you what she's able to do on a Ghost second team. Let's see what we've got to work with here. This one looks good. Iron Brago with Rosin, with Seal, Nephril. Let's see what we're able to do here. And when this, I will speed this up for the run, and then once it gets to the third stage, I will slow it down for you to see. And there we have it. Y'all could see the block buffs debuff, or I'm sorry, the block debuffs buff came in really hard there on that third wave. We were able to get through. We were able to effectively take control of that fight early on. That's the value that Blind Seer is going to bring you. I think part of the reason why so many people look down on her, or at least undervalue her, is because she does not bring in the big flashy numbers that Coldheart does. She doesn't have the big 1.6 million nukes. She doesn't have the fun CC abilities like, say, Harvest Jack or the stuns that Skyle the Drakes have. What she has, though, is the ability to keep your team alive. And I will close off on these thoughts here. One, aesthetically, the champion itself looks amazing. The model is great. It's obvious she's very proud of her physique. She goes to the gym. She works out a lot. She's very proud of her assets. She does not mind flaunting those out at all. She wants the guys to know that she's able to bring it. And all kidding aside, folks, that's what Blind Seer brings you. If you need a support, if you need carry that can play in any part of this game, if you have Blind Seer, but you've got her sitting in the vault, you really weren't sure what to do with her, bring her out of the vault. Find a way to incorporate her into your team. If you want to build her for damage, what you can do is just go over here in your masteries, just run her down the Giant Slayer. Get some Giant Slayer procs off of that A1. If you're looking for just a rock solid support build, look at what I'm doing here. Ultimately, what you need for your account is what you need. But if you're struggling on progression, if you're struggling trying to find a way to keep your squishy damage dealers alive, I'm telling you, Blind Seer is the one to do it. I'm interested in hearing what y'all have to say. If you like this video, if you like this content, if you would just throw me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the algorithm with a new small channel like this. Every little bit helps. I just really want to just thank you again for the time that you spent with me today. I hope that you enjoyed the content. This is Putinbot. I'm signing out, and I'll see y'all next time.